The year 2026 arrives like a galloping stallion, carrying the blazing energy of the fire horse. In Chinese metaphysics, this is the Bingwu year, a year of sudden movement, fierce radiance, and unconcealed passion. For those of you born under the sign of the snake, something remarkable is about to happen. You are stepping out of the shadows and into the light. The horse, with its wild and generous spirit, brings you warmth, visibility, and a stage you did not have to fight for. If you have been waiting for your talents to be recognized, for your quiet wisdom to finally be heard, this is your year. There will be no more hiding. The question is not whether the world will see you, but what you will do once all eyes are upon you. To understand what 2026 means for the snake, we must first understand the nature of your sign. In the Chinese zodiac, the snake belongs to the earthly branch C. You are a creature of deep intuition, strategic silence, and smoldering inner fire. Elementally, the snake carries in fire, a flame that does not roar like a bonfire but glows like a candle in a dark room, steady, hypnotic, and intensely perceptive. You are the philosopher, the strategist, the lover who watches and waits. For years, you may have felt comfortable in the background, pulling strings unseen. The year of the fire horse changes that equation entirely. The horse, earthly branch Wu, is the most openly expressive of all the fire signs, representing yang fire at its peak. When your yin fire meets the yang fire of the horse, it does not create conflict. Instead, it creates a spectacle. Think of a match held to a polished mirror. The light does not break the mirror, it reflects outward, multiplying brilliance in every direction. This is what 2026 will feel like for you. This is not a year of grinding effort. It is a year of being seen. The warmth the horse provides melts away the cool reserve that sometimes distances you from opportunity. People who overlooked you will suddenly seek your counsel. Doors that seemed sealed will swing open, not because you forced them, but because someone on the other side finally realized you were standing there. The horse year also accelerates life's tempo. Where you prefer slow, deliberate movements, the horse demands spontaneity. This might feel disorienting at first. You will be invited to speak before you have scripted every word. You will be asked to decide while your wisdom is still ripening. Do not resist this speed entirely. The horse is not your enemy, it is a generous ally testing your ability to trust your own instincts. Remember, your natural allies remain the ox and the rooster. When the world spins too fast and you need grounding, turn to the dependable ox energy. When you need clarity and precision to articulate your vision, call on the sharp discernment of the rooster. These two signs form your Sanhe harmony, your triad of support. In a year that amplifies your visibility, let the ox keep your feet on the earth and the rooster sharpen your voice. The career landscape for the snake in 2026 is dynamic and, for the bold, profoundly rewarding. The core theme is visibility. The horse shines a spotlight directly on your professional abilities. For years, you may have done excellent work that went unnoticed by superiors or remained hidden behind louder colleagues. That changes now. A project you championed privately may gain sudden attention. A skill you treat as ordinary may be recognized as exceptional by someone who holds influence. Your job is not to self-promote obnoxiously, but to stop deflecting praise. When you are acknowledged, receive it. When you are asked for your opinion, deliver it with the full weight of your insight. The humble snake act, while graceful, does not serve you this year. The months of spring and early summer carry the strongest currents of career luck. Opportunities may arrive through social connections, industry events, or even through people you have mentored in the past reaching back to elevate you. There is a distinct aura of fame around your professional sector, though fame here can mean anything from a promotion to becoming the go-to expert in your immediate circle. If you work in creative fields, media, law, or any profession requiring persuasive speech, the fire horse's influence is especially potent. Yin fire combined with yang fire produces a mesmerizing rhetorical power. Your words will carry an unusual weight. However, the horse year also introduces the risk of burnout. The pace will demand that you deliver quickly. Projects may pile up. Multiple people may compete for your attention. The snake's natural tendency is to retreat into solitude to think. While you must still carve out quiet time, you cannot disappear entirely. Learn the art of saying no to what drains your fire without extinguishing your visibility. Beware of office politics, not because you cannot navigate them, but because the spotlight makes you a target for those who envy your sudden rise. Your ally the ox reminds you to be patient with procedural tasks and to document your achievements. The rooster reminds you to keep your public communication impeccably precise, so no one can twist your words. In 2026, you can make a leap that defines the next 5 years of your professional life, but only if you stop playing small. Wealth in a fire horse year for the snake operates on a principle of earned magnetism. This is not a passive windfall year, where money falls from the sky without labor. It is a year where your increased visibility translates directly into material gain, provided you negotiate with confidence and refuse to undervalue yourself. The snake can sometimes be so strategic that you talk yourself out of charging what you are worth, fearing that asking for more will break the spell. In 2026, that fear is unfounded. People are willing to pay for your insight because your insight is suddenly, tangibly glowing. Multiple income streams may present themselves. You could be offered paid speaking engagements, consulting side projects, or collaborations that carry a lucrative percentage. The key word is collaboration. The horse does not do well alone, and neither will your wealth sector. The most promising financial opportunities will come through partnership, with ox or rooster energy individuals acting as catalysts. If you were born in the years of the ox or rooster, or if you carry those signs in your month or hour pillar, your financial instincts will be unusually sharp. Use them. That said, the horse year brings a strong temptation toward extravagant spending. The fire element inflames desire for luxury, beauty, and spontaneous purchases that make you feel alive. There is nothing wrong with enjoying your resources, but the snake must be mindful of the emotional impulse to buy things that promise a quick transformation. High-end fashion, lavish travel, and speculative investments in glamorous but volatile markets may glitter brightly but burn through your reserves. Build a financial plan early in the year and, if possible, consult an expert born under the ox sign. Their steady, grounded approach to money will protect you from the horse's impulsive gusts. Real estate, long-term precious metals, and skill-based investments align well with your energy. Give yourself a generous but fixed budget for pleasure, and then enjoy it without guilt. Wealth in 2026 is a mirror of your self-worth. Treat both with reverence. The physical and spiritual vessel that carries your snake soul must be tended with rare mindfulness in the fire horse year. When both the year and your zodiac sign are defined by fire, the body's internal furnace can overheat. In the wisdom of classical Chinese medicine, fire governs the heart, the small intestine, and the spirit's radiance, or shen. A concentrated excess of yang energy can lead to heart palpitations, insomnia, inflammatory conditions, or a sense of constant, buzzing anxiety. Your primary health practice in 2026 must be cooling and balancing. Hydration becomes a ritual, not an afterthought. Integrate water element foods, such as cucumber, watermelon, and leafy greens, into your diet. Swimming, gentle evening walks near lakes or rivers, or simply soaking your feet in cool water can draw excess fire from your system. Grounding practices will be your anchor. The horse runs, and you may feel pressured to run with it, ignoring the body's signals until you collapse. Earth element activities, like gardening, hiking slowly on soil, or practicing grounding meditations, reconnect you to the ox's steady rhythm. Prioritize sleep with a monastic discipline. Your snake nature requires the deep, recuperative darkness of the snake's coiled rest, yet the horse's stamina tricks the mind into believing it can survive on less. It cannot. Protect your nights through calming rituals, reduce screen fire, sip calming herbal infusions, and practice breathwork that emphasizes slow, extended exhales. Be particularly cautious during the peak fire months of early summer, when the external heat aligns with the year's energy to create a furnace. Accidents can also become more likely in a horse year due to haste, so practice conscious slowness when driving or handling tools. For your elemental constitutions, the nuances are important. Fire snakes must be the most attentive to heart health and emotional temperature, adopting a nearly devotional approach to cooling foods and stress management. Wood snakes may feel their energy sapped as wood feeds the outer fire. Herbal support for the liver and scheduled creative quiet time will restore you. Earth snakes can experience a scorched earth fatigue, where digestion and vitality drop. Warm, cooked grounding meals like congees and root vegetables are your medicine. Metal and water snakes hold a natural resilience, but even they must not ignore the creeping tension the horse can weave into the shoulders and mind. Let this year teach you the art of the noble pause, the moment you stop, breathe, and return to your wise, unshakable center. In the alchemy of a fire horse year, the snake can amplify its fortune by aligning consciously with certain cosmic frequencies. Your most supportive energies come directly from your zodiac trine, the ox and the rooster. Therefore, your cardinal lucky directions for 2026 are northeast, the domain of the steadfast ox, and the west, where the golden rooster crows at dawn. When you travel, negotiate, or seek clarity, orient yourself physically toward these directions when possible. Your harmonious colors are those that temper the blazing yang of the horse while empowering your own yin fire. Envelop yourself in the deep, calming spectrum of oceanic blue and midnight black to summon the water energy that regulates fire. Grounding earth tones, such as ochre, terracotta, and sandy beige, will anchor your spirit when the world spins too fast. For moments when you need to connect with your own sign, a touch of elegant emerald green or deep crimson will remind you of your own power without overwhelming you. The numbers that vibrate favorably for you in 2026 include 2, which resonates with the intuitive snake itself, and 1, 4, and 5, which draw in the stable and clarifying frequencies of the ox and rooster. Use these numbers intuitively when making appointments, choosing dates, or setting intentions. In the mineral kingdom, carry or wear calming stones like aquamarine, which harmonizes the fire-water dance, or chrysocolla for peaceful communication. If you seek a talisman, find a small charm of an ox or a rooster, or both, as a reminder that you never need to gallop through this year alone. The months that hold the most promising shifting points for you are the month of the ox, falling in deep winter, the month of the snake in late spring when you are most resourced, and the month of the rooster in early autumn when the harvest reveals its truth. These windows are your sanctuaries in time. And so, wise snake, the celestial stage of 2026 is set. The fire horse does not come to disrupt your peace but to illuminate your hidden genius and compel it into the world. The warmth you feel is not a threat, it is a long-awaited recognition. The visibility you encounter is not an invasion of your privacy but an invitation to share your profound gifts with a hungry audience. This year asks you to step forward, to speak the truth you have always known, to partner with your loyal ox and rooster allies, and to let the wild, galloping heart of the horse carry your carefully laid plans into fertile new territory. Trust your old, deep magic. You know how to navigate the fire because you are made of it, the steady, sacred flame that never scorches blindly but illuminates with purpose. Do not permit the speed of the world to uncoil you without intention. Instead, ride with grace, pause in the shade when you must, and drink deeply from the waters of stillness. This script is written in the stars but shaped by your own hands. Take from these insights what resonates with your spirit, and discard any fear disguised as guidance. Your destiny remains your own. If this journey through the 2026 Fire Horse Year has sparked a question or a recognition within you, share your reflections in the conversation below. Subscribe to continue walking these ancient paths with us, and until our next meeting, may your fires burn bright and your waters run cool and deep.